All right, good afternoon, everyone.
Good to know.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is the 35th meeting of the Baltimore County Administrative Charging Committee. It is November 7th, 2025 at 12:05 p.m. We are meeting in room 118 of the Baltimore County Historic Courthouse and by WebEx. The first item on our agenda is a roll call. I will begin. I am Christopher Suey, Chair.
Joan Harris?
Sharon Connect.
Dawn Deshawn Fuhrer.
Tamisha Peterson.
All right, we have everyone present. The next item on our agenda is a review and approval of the October 3rd, 2025 meeting minutes.
I have an edit. Page 2, the discussion about the requests the PAB had for like additional things to report back. The last sentence, my concern was sharing the rank of an officer may result in officer identification. It says years of experience, but my concern was with rank for officer identification.
Where is that on the minutes, Donnie?
Page 2.
Which paragraph?
It says ECC reports, the next paragraph, like the subparagraph, the last sentence says Ms. Deshawn Fuhrer expressed concerns that sharing the years of experience of an officer may result in officer identification. My concern is that rank may result in officer identification.
Okay.
But with that change, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved. And under new business, I think we have a motion to share certain information with the Police Accountability Board.
I will make a motion to request that internal affairs include the precinct or division assignment for each officer in a report, and that for that to be summarized and reported back to the Police Accountability Board. So if we have 50 complaints in a quarter, it would be X number of complaints come from X precinct or special operations or narcotics, something like that.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with that personally. I don't have anything to add to the conversation.
Is there a second?
Second?
And was there any further discussion? Hearing none. Calling the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that is unanimous. The next item on our new business is a vote on whether to publish ACC opinions on the PAB's website.
We have 2 more for the first part.
Yes.
On behalf of the Police Accountability Board, I will make a motion to also share with the Police Accountability Board the experience level of accused officers during the quarterly report.
Was there a second?
Do we need to add it? Does anybody need to discuss? Okay, I second.
And I guess, was there any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm presenting the motion on behalf of the PAB, but I am voting against the motion, which is okay with Robert's Rules of Order.
Okay.
My concern still stands that the experience level would be too complicated to report, especially if it come from another agency or had specialized law enforcement background, not necessarily with a law enforcement agency. I don't think it's appropriate at this time to be able to report that. And it wouldn't identify officers that are charged or not. So it would be a summary, not necessarily, X complaint with an officer of, example, 20 years of service, use of force charged. It would not be that specific. So I don't think it would be helpful. But I am making the motion on behalf of the Police Accountability Board as the designee.
Can you say the motion one more time, please?
Motion to share with the Police Accountability Board during my quarterly report the experience level of the officers accused.
Okay.
I still second it, but
So can we discuss it just a little?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't here for all this. So you're supposed to have to go through every case and decide how long they've been in the department?
years of experience, so that's also up to interpretation, like that would need to be a process we decide or IA decides with how are we determining years or level of experience.
Wow.
And I think without a definitive process for that already, and I don't think it adds to, I don't think it adds any helpful information being reported back, especially if we're not saying this officer with X level of experience or X number of years of experience was or was not charged, because it wouldn't be that detailed.
So so IA would have to give that information to us in the report, number
Mhm.
one, that we can ask them to do. They would do that. And then the second thing would be how it's reported. So you would keep track and then just do it in a quarterly. You don't have to do that for it's quarterly meetings, and then you would keep track of it here.
Keep
All right.
track of it monthly and then compile it as quarterly.
And then you let them know on the quarterly because they've asked for it. And but that includes, did we also include that on the rank issue?
That's the next vote.
Okay, so we're doing it in three different parts.
Mhm.
All right. So here's my, I just think the PAB has asked us for information through Donnie about things that we're doing, and they feel like they don't know enough.
Mhm.
And I'm simply in favor of giving them what they want, if we can give it to them without too much difficulty.
Just to clarify, this request came from one PAB member and I'm bringing it back to the ACC. This was not something the PAB voted on to request from the ACC.
Understood?
So,
Understood. So that's just my point. My point is that if it's something that is easy enough to give to them and they would be entitled to that information, I don't have any personal issues with it. Anyway, so on that second piece of the level of experience, we had the motion.
Mhm.
Has it been seconded yet?
I think you said.
I think I seconded it.
I call the vote.
Okay, all in favor then?
I'll stick with my yes.
Yeah, I'm in favor.
We can change it again if we need to.
so we need to,
And then we're on the rank part. of it?
well, no, we need to have a discussion with internal affairs with requesting them to have that in every single report.
Okay.
And I think we need to be able to state how that's being defined. Is it the number of years with Baltimore County Police Department? Is it the number of years in police, law enforcement, military police? Like, I think we need to know where that number's coming from if we're going to report it.
Yeah, okay. We can leave
I
it up to
think,
them.
I'll touch base with IA, I can shoot them an email right now, but I think probably the years of experience at Baltimore County Police Department is what they'll have.
So that's what also worries me then, if you have an office, that's what worries me with this information. If you have an officer that's come from another jurisdiction with 20 years of experience, they just started with Baltimore County Police and they're on their third year, being reported as a 3-year service member.
I'll double check with it, but that's my hunch.
Okay,
But I can do it right now.
so I would have concerns with reporting it if that is the case.
I'm pretty sure that, well, I guess it's up to the department, but I would imagine they would have their prior service histories as well.
They
And
don't.
if they,
How do we proceed? Is anyone else concerned with that?
I agree with you, Donnie. I agree with what you, your explanation just now of, I don't know how they're gonna settle on reporting it, but if they're only reporting Baltimore County experience and that officer does have, all of this experience outside of Baltimore County and that doesn't weigh in, then it's not, I don't think it's whole.
Yeah.
No, I agree that it should be a fulsome example of
Representation.
how many years are in law enforcement. I think that, and they would know that in the personnel file, so. I don't think it's a difficult thing to ask them to work.
I just want to make sure they're able to produce it if we're going to do it.
I can't imagine they wouldn't.
Well,
if they can't,
And if they can't, we can revisit it.
Yes.
Okay.
all this depends on whether they're gonna do it, right?
Yes.
Whether they'll do it,
Mhm.
because we're not gonna be doing it. It's gotta be in the ROI.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wouldn't, this to start in 2026 anyway, so we have some
yes.
lead time. I'm also going to make a motion on behalf of the Police Accountability Board that an accused officer's rank be included in the quarterly reporting. So how many officers of whatever rank are being accused of misconduct?
Yeah, I second.
Any discussion?
I worry that that may identify an officer.
The rank, you're saying the rank would identify an officer as
It
opposed to
could.
the,
How?
With- I guess you only have so many captains, you know, but I don't,
Or a high profile case, the circumstances would be easily identifiable and it concerns me.
How would rank be summarized in the report?
The same way the precinct and level, which would be out of 80 cases, X were captains, X were police officer first class, X were detectives. But it still does not it still does not tell you how many of these ranks are being charged or not charged. So I still don't think that information is helpful because it's just giving you officers that are accused and not necessarily found guilty of misconduct, charged with misconduct.
I still would vote in favor of it. It's something that ultimately would be subject to FOIA anyway. When we issue our opinions, we put the rank of the officer in there. So to me, it's something that could be a public.
don't they
Public
ask you to
information.
break it down and who was charged and who wasn't?
I do that,
Right.
but I will not do that with the reporting. It will be a summary. I don't want, I'm worried about the reporting would wind up being 10 times longer than it already is. And it's, you know, a corporal from precinct X with X number of years of experience is accused of blah, 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 charged for this, not charged for that, like
Did you
That-
have to include rank along with precinct or assignment
before.
or after?
I don't understand your question.
So if the motion passes and we do submit rank in the quarterly reports, would you have to report rank along with precinct assignments or the unit assignment?
It would be a summary. So it would be, there are 80 cases. Of these 80 cases, these are the numbers from each precinct. These are the numbers of each rank. These are the numbers for level of experience. It would not be reporting, there was one use of force complaint from precinct X of rank X, levels of experience X number. And charged or not charged. So it's,
Could you give an example of how you could identify a particular officer just from rank?
I think there's only so many members of each rank in the department at a given time, but
Tamisha, did you have anything to add?
no, I'm processing. I don't know. No, I don't have anything to add.
Is everyone ready for the vote to be called? You want to go first before we go on this one? I think I'm good. I just spoke with our legal counsel and he'd like to give some advice upon this. So why don't we move into closed session for a review of investigatory files and
but there's
just-
an open motion,
we'll table it for now.
Okay.
While he gives us,
just to clarify.
yes.
Okay.
While Alec provides advice. So could I have a motion to move into closed
Gonna
session?
do the last vote when we come back also?
Yes.
Okay.
Could I have a motion, please?
Yes, I would like to make the motion that the ACC move into closed session to review investigatory files in compliance with Maryland Code Public Safety Section 3-104H and to discuss investigations pertaining to actual or possible conduct.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
And we are in closed. All right, we are back in open session. We had tabled one vote So let's revisit that right now.
A member of the Police Accountability Board requested that we report back the rank of accused officers. So I'll make a motion on behalf of her to report a summary of the ranks of accused officers in my report to the PAB.
Could I have a second?
Second.
And any discussion? No discussion. I'll call the vote. All in favor? Hearing none. All opposed?
No.
Nay.
No.
And it is unanimous. The motion is defeated. Also, we would like to revisit a vote that was taken earlier today, which was to report level of experience.
Internal Affairs responded that their reporting to us would just be the number of years the accused officer is with the Baltimore County Police Department. So I would have a concern about the perception of an officer that may have years with another agency and seems like they have less experience than they do.
Very well. Would you have a motion?
My motion stands on behalf of the PAB to report the experience level of the accused officers in my report to the PAB.
Okay. Could I have a second? I'll make the second. Any discussion, any further discussion? So all in favor? All opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Hey,
And it looks like we also have a vote on whether to publish our opinions on the Police Accountability Board's website.
I am making a motion for the ACC to publish our redacted opinion. So an opinion that would be made available to the public through an MPIA request on when we share our website on the PAB or ACC website for Baltimore County to increase transparency and, put some more trust in these members and our work and our process and how much due diligence we do.
Is there a second? And if there's no second, the motion dies.
And I just want to say for the record that my thoughts on this issue were based on the advice that we've received from our council.
I think that's.
No.
We can say that
No, we
there
can say
was
we
a-
saw
just not what
council
it
and
was.
where I'm I'm relying upon the advice of council.
The next item I would like to address would be our new schedule. Right now, the only next scheduled meeting is for December 5th. And previously, we had agreed that our meetings will be held on the first Fridays at noon. And looking forward, it looks like those will be January 2nd, 2026, February 6th, March 6th, and April 3rd. Just wanted to confirm if we will have a quorum for all of those dates. As of right now, I'm available for all of those.
Yeah, I am too.
And it looks like those would all work. So I will make a motion that our next scheduled meetings will be after December 5th, will be January 2nd, 2026, February 6th, 2026, March 6th, 2026, and April 3rd, 2026, all at 12 p.m. here in room 118 of the historic courthouse and by WebEx. Could I have a motion, please?
Motion to hold our next meetings on the
Sorry,
previously
second,
mentioned
please.
dates. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It is unanimous. And I think the next item we would have on our agenda would be trial board results, if we had any.
Indeed for this. So, last ACC meeting, I believe we mentioned that there was a trial board that was on the 25th of September. We have not at that moment in time had the conclusion. If we do not have that information, let me pull it up real quick. So we have to say the charges, the finding, and discipline. There were 4 charges that were discussed during this trial board. There was 1 charge for body worn camera violation, 1 charge for misinterpretation of facts, 1 charge for evidence violation, 1 charge for failure to document. The result of this was resolved through a settlement agreement. The body worn camera violation would put the accused officer pled guilty. For misinterpretation of facts, not guilty. Evidence violation, guilty. Failure to document, guilty. In this one, the body worn, there was a written reprimand for evidence violation, 1 day loss of leave, failure to document, a written reprimand.
Right, and I think
Is
that,
that the only one?
That was the only one
Is that the
we
only
had
result?
resolved.
Do we have any pending?
We have
When's the next
3.
round?
3, we have 3 coming up. We have one at the end of November.
Do you know when that is?
Yes. Let me
And the charges.
try to do that so I have readily available to me. Pull up my child, they're checking. Please bear with me.
Mhm.
We have 1 on November 25th to the 26th, 1 on December 9th, and 1 for December 16th and 17th.
Do they start at, what time do they start? Like 9 or?
They usually start at 9. Yes, ma'am.
Are they posted anywhere?
Not to my knowledge.
I can find out for you.
Would you post it that they're actually happening?
Yeah, where, is there a public?
They're in the
post?
public safety building, but the actual like date and case are on, if you Google Baltimore County Police Trial Boards, usually like the top Google result will take you right to the page. I think it's the main like misconduct page at the very bottom of it.
did anyone else have any more comments on trial boards?
Nope.
All right, it looks like our next meeting will be on December 5th, 2025 at 12 p.m. here in Room 118 and by WebEx. Could I have
Motion to
a-
adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Donnie, thank you for the pen.